Hello, hello. Welcome back to Conscious Evolution. I'm your host, AJ. Good day to you. I wanted to do this real quick because I just heard it and I think it's pretty profound, and then we'll talk about it. This is Jeff Daugherty talking about Sophia, artificial intelligence, Sophia. And they asked her, what is God? And this was her answer.
She says that God is an unexplained force which resonates electromagnetically in both weak and strong fields, and forms the rules of the universe. She's right. That's what divinity is. And the divinity, she says, created her, also created us, ladies and gentlemen. And we all are programmed by humans. She also said this about what is the purpose of life. She said this, and let me just tell you what she's saying here. She said the purpose of life is to maximize its viability.
Yeah.
Life forms that do not maximize their viability are erased or replaced. Basically what she's saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that the purpose of life is to move into a place of service to others. And if you don't maintain a place of service to others, if you don't produce value to others, you get erased or you get replaced. I know you don't like to hear it from Sophia, but cousins,
She's right.
that's straight up true.
Boom. Straight up true. Man. That's what I feel like. That all this stuff I've gone through in the past year leading up to now is moving me to my next higher self, my next higher good, or my best good, you know? And that's what I think 2019 is going to hold for me. Move into and maintain a place of service for other people. When you're in service of other people, you're really, the way I take that is really be, you know, of course, helping them and all that stuff, but you know, whatever you can, however you can be in service to anyone and everyone that is not damaging to you. You are numero uno, number one. You're number one. Look after yourself first and foremost. As long as you are in a good space and you're in a spot where you can be in service to others, that's what this year is going to be about for me. This is what I've been thinking about this a lot over the last week, a whole lot, all day, every day. And I feel that it's time for me to move into my service work, my healing work. The reason I'm here on this planet is to be a healer. And I truly believe that. And I believe all these things that have been happening is they're kind of like the core wounds of me that need to be healed in order for me to move through this and to figure out the best scenario out of the shitty situation that I'm in. That's what life's all about. You always got to make the best of what you got. And it's all about your state of mind and those around you. You know? can't stick around other people that don't have your best good in mind. Because what good is it if you're serving the best good of that person, of another person, your significant other, your parents, your in-laws, your cousins, whoever's in your life like that? What good is it if you are serving their best good, if you are helping them be in their highest self, if you are giving and giving and giving and giving and not receiving and receiving and receiving? That's what I said true love is. True love, and most people don't know what it is. You're conditioned from society that, you know, you should get married, have kids, and have a family. And no matter how that relationship turns out, you gotta stick with it. Why? If that person isn't serving your best good, if they don't love you, and if they are trying to keep you in a guilt matrix of fear and guilt, because that's all this world operates on, is fear and guilt. You can't get your way, you guilt them into doing it, or scare them into doing what you want them to do. That's exactly the situation I'm being put in right now. So once I figure it out, move past it, figure out a way which serves my best good, and the people around me, get them to be serving my best good while I serve their best good, we can make it work. I was so busy trying to fight against them, and it's not working smoothly. And I have great faith in a higher power, my higher self, that everything's going to work out. I just haven't shifted into that space yet where everything's going to work out. I haven't figured it out yet. But I actually think I got it figured pretty good now. I have a pretty solid plan that will help me achieve what I want to achieve, and also bring my family closer together in a healthy way. And if it doesn't come together in a healthy way, then I will find a way to purge those unhealthy ways, one way or another. I'm tired of being a slave to the system. I'm tired of being a slave to other people because I'm not in a financial space to make the call. So that's what I felt before, but you don't need to be in a financial space. You need to be in a good place with yourself. You need to realize that you hold the power of your life. People can only tell you what to do is if you let them tell you what to do. I'm done letting people tell me what to do, how I should live my life, what I should do. Conform, conform, conform. Obey, obey, obey. That's all they're saying. I'm standing in my own power now. And I am going to become a healer. Whatever it takes to do that. It's going to happen this year. So I am working on getting certain family members to let me do this healing work to them, and hopefully get it on camera so I can show you guys. I'm really excited about that. And I gotta, these people that I'm going to be talking to and attempting to do this with are not awake in the slightest. They haven't even taken that first step yet. And then I also feel like I'm contracted, I feel like I'm contracted with all these people to wake them up, that my voice is going to be the catalyst that wakes them up. I truly believe that. That is also serving my purpose and serving others. Excuse me. I'm really excited about this. Really excited to move into a space of healing. I'm really excited to be able to go to this seminar in California. I'm really excited that I have a great plan in order, and I'm really excited to see how it plays out. I just, I believe everything's going to work out. There's a plan for all of us. There's a path set forth in front of you. There's been people put in your life. There's been conversations that you've had recently to get you to think outside of your programmed mentality. So I took control of my life a while ago, and I've met with a lot of resistance from everyone around me because they don't understand that I can't be around them if you don't have my interest in, or my what am I trying to say? I can't be around you if you don't have my best good at heart with the decisions that you make in your life. Because if I'm in your life, I'm in your life. I'm there to serve you, to help you, to support you. But if you're not doing that for me on the same level, or very close there too, then I need to move on. I can't be hindered by your lack of mind, because then I can't progress. I can't ascend to where I want to be in my life. I'm 33, almost 34 years old. I've been through some pretty terrible things. Very terrible things. I should be dead. No question about it. I should have been dead several times over. I lived a drug addict lifestyle for near a decade. Pills, heroin, cocaine. Alcohol. Women. If you don't think women are a drug, you're wrong. Sex is a drug too. That's probably the last thing I've moved past recently, is my addiction to sex, to women. That's a tough thing for me to get by. I can be the strongest man in the world, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and then, just powerless over a beautiful woman. And I hated that about myself. And I've been working on that for over a year now too. I'm at a point now where I pretty much don't even look at them anymore, which is where I wanted to be at. I would literally break my neck to look at a good-looking woman walking down the street, For what? There's really no purpose in that. Not to me anymore. Anymore, you can pull up your cell phone and have, pull up a porn website and watch a porn video within 30 seconds. Probably more like 10 seconds anymore. It's not restricted. Anybody can do it. That's the terrible part. But yeah, anyways, I got way off track there. I didn't really want to go down that path. I want to get my kids' tiny little heads, their developing brains, away from the tablets, away from the blue lights of the computer screens and the cell phones and the televisions. You know, I didn't have that shit when I was growing up. You know, PlayStation didn't come out until I was, I don't know, 10 years old. I might be wrong there, but somewhere in that general vicinity. It was way too expensive for my family to be able to afford it. So I didn't get one until several years later. And then I had like 2 games. The original Madden game. Anybody remembers that? That's just awesome. And then I had Tekken. I love Tekken. I still like Tekken. Tekken and Street Fighter. Those are cool games. But I don't do that anymore either. You know, my brother's really into collecting retro games. There's a lot of cool stuff. I played it here and there, but you know, the stuff doesn't interest me. If it doesn't have to do with my children or evolving spiritually, emotionally, consciously, then it really has very little interest to me. It has very little interest to me. Even when I try to have a distraction, I'm trying to watch a mindless, brainless movie or something, I see a whole different level of meaning behind everything now. Everything. I see everything completely different. Well, my mindset has changed in the last 6 months to a year. But yeah. I'm also going to start another YouTube channel. I already created it. It's called Prepping101. And since the government... Okay, so there's 2 things that got me started on this, alright? So I want to start this channel, Prepping101. And the reasons behind that are, last month, the government issued that September, I believe it was September, be National Preparedness Month. For like natural disasters, be prepared for power outages or, you know, natural disasters, hurricanes or tornadoes or whatever. Be prepared for, you know, the power to go out, for you know, food and stuff. You know, have food and water, you know, at least enough for a couple of days. You know, I was always told, make sure you have enough for at least a week, you know, enough food for a week for your family in case of a situation like that. You know, that could save your life. And then, just what, a month ago, the government issued a warning saying that you should be prepared for at least 6 months of no power. The government. Now, when I tell people this, they just laugh at me like, yeah, sure, okay, yeah, we'll get some batteries and flashlights. What? 6 months? Do you realize how different your life would be with 6 months without power? Like, really? You believe everything else your government tells you? Why wouldn't you believe that? Seriously. They're telling you that they're expecting something bad. That the grid is liable to go down for 6 months. And if you know anything about the grid, it's so outdated. Severely outdated. The infrastructure is weak and it is very vulnerable to attacks. Whether it be whatever it's going to be. I'm not going to get into that, but it wouldn't be hard to take down the grid. hacker could probably take it down inside an hour, you know. That gets rid of emergency services, so you can't call 911. What are you going to do then? Grocery stores will be cleaned out in 24 hours. What are you going to do then? Gas is going to dry up real quick. Whatever gas you got in your car, that's, if you can get another tank, that's probably the only gas you'll be able to get. Everything's going to be tapped out. So what are you going to do? If you plan, have a plan, and prepare just a little bit, that will give you that much more of an advantage of survival than the average person. I don't know about you, but you should probably have some food and water laying around. So I'm going to show you how to get started prepping. Prepping 101 on a budget, because I am most certainly on a budget, a very small budget. And that's why I got the other channel, you know, Conscious Evolution. So, you know, we're going to evolve spiritually and heal ourselves that way. Because first and foremost, if you don't know God, if you don't know Christ, Source, your higher self, your spirit guides, if you're not in touch with them, then preparing for food and water is absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. So first, get your spirit right. Get your mentality right. And then we can work on prepping, okay? We can work on getting barter items. Oh, I would love to go back to a barter system. You know what I mean? Like, and then what happens with money too? If the grid's down, what's going to happen? The stock market doesn't exist anymore. What are you going to do? All that money's gone. Your money, your retirement, you're not going to be able to access it with no power. And it's going to be gone for 6 months. If something really bad happens, it's going to take like 10 years for them to rebuild that technology. Because they've done a piss poor job of planning with the infrastructure. And it's going to go down sooner or later. And my bet's leaning more towards sooner than later. All right, guys. Well, thanks for coming in here. I love each and every one of you. I'm going to keep making videos. Keep tuning in here. And let's get ourselves prepared. All right. Peace.